Right, well, hi everybody and welcome back to Lundy's Wild Camp Stroke Bushcraft. As you can see, I'm back out in my local permission woods and it is looking fine in here, like really nice. Doesn't look like anybody's been in here for a long time, since the last time I was here actually. So anyway, I'm thinking about camping in this area tonight. I've got my White Hills bungalow, so I'll be setting that up. And yeah, that was a canny walk in that. I went through all the big private woods, crossed a few streams and that, just to make it a bit different from walking straight across a field and into the woods, and get some better shots as well. So hopefully that works out, and there's a nice little time lapse on the way in. I found some nice bit of silver birch as well on the way, so I've got that in my little pouch that I got sent by a company I'll talk about a little bit later on. And yeah, absolutely brilliant. Loved the walk in, but we're due some rain in the next hour to an hour and a half. So what I need to do is I really need to get my skates on, find a location to camp and set up. I've got me White Hills bungalow. I think it's a White Hills bungalow. I've never used that for a long time now, so I thought, right, I'll use that this time. And we'll set up a nice fire, get some cooking done tonight on the fire and that. Nice steak and some tatties and bits and pieces, and yeah, just chill out for the night. So there we have it. There's the White Hills bungalow set up. So I just had enough cordage on this bit here, and what I've done is I've just wrapped it round and then looped this bit through like so. All right, and then just put a stick on it, and then all I've got to do is just twist it a couple of bits to tighten it up, and then that's it, nice and tight. Oh, it's just spun out of itself. Tighten it up. That's it there. That's it, locked in place. That's nice and taut now. Keeping that up. As you can see underneath, got loads of room. And if it does rain, the rain's just going to come off here and slope right the way down the back instead of dripping off at the front. Okay. Now it has little side curtains coming down just to stop the wind blowing the rain into there. Sometimes it happens, it all depends which way the wind's blowing. If the wind's blowing to the side, you're going to get soaked in there like. So I ran out of pegs. I've got one peg left to make. Obviously I've got my knife and my axe out. I just need one more peg for this bit here, and then that's it. Excuse me, that's it sorted. So there's plenty of headroom under there, plenty of room in there to get all my kit. So that's the next thing. I'm just going to turn that light off. Hey, I tell you what, it is dark in here like, so just put it on a little bit. Right, so the next thing for me to do before it gets wet, I'm not going to put my sleeping bag and that out just yet. All I'm going to do is get my Bergen, put it in there, get some water, and then I'm going to start foraging some wood, get some wood cut. I was actually sweating on the way back here, as you can see my t-shirts are soaking. I should have put my black shirt on, kept these for to get changed in like, but here's me thinking it was going to pour down with rain this morning. On the way in, I went and put my waterproof bottoms on top of my trousers and my waterproof jacket on, and I was sweating. It's very humid today, so I think it's going to be a thundery storm. Right, well, as you can see, I've got absolutely tons of wood here now. Possibly enough to get us through tonight, but knowing me, I'll probably collect more. So what I'm going to do is, all these branches are all things that's just been lying around on the ground. I've never cut any trees down or anything whatsoever. The only thing I've cut is this big long one here. All right, that was off a tree that was already fell through the storms ages ago. So it's got a little bit of greenage on it still, like, so I'm just wondering if it's going to be dry enough. It feels dry, but we'll see. If not, I'll be using a bit of this wooden anyway later on to do a little bit of carving, I think, so because it's a nice bit of wood. So yeah, got plenty of wood there. I've just been up and scavenged these 3 bits of logs from up the top where I stash things, and anyway they'll not be getting stashed there anymore, like, so seeing that on camera's knee bother to me, like. So I've just been sitting chilling for a bit. Loads of creepy crawlies around, like. I was inside my shelter before, just pulling some stuff out my Bergen, getting it all sort of like in an unorganised, well, a messy organised piles, and I noticed there was loads of tiny little black things crawling around all over. So I don't think there were ticks, like, so I've splattered quite a few of them, but there's still a load in there, so I just had to be careful and check my cell tomorrow, because this woods is renowned for having a lot of deer in it, and obviously with non-human activity there'll be loads of them. I've seen about 4 deers this morning walking through the big woods, and loads of squirrels and all, loads of grey squirrels, so they're rife in that big woods, so they'll be coming up here as well. But yeah, the weather is absolutely tremendous. There's no wind, it's quite mild, and fingers crossed there's no rain yet. I know we're due some. I know I got out early, because sometimes I normally get out dead late in the afternoon, and I just want to get out early, but it's 12:15 in the afternoon already. Time just flies when you're having fun. Obviously I've done a lot of things off camera as well, like collecting wood and all that. I got this big stump from up the top earlier on, and I've just cut it in half, as you can see. So it's lovely and dry, that and all, like. I'm just debating whether I chop it up later on for some firewood, but I've got this bit here, just if I need to cut any like wood and all that, I'll just use that. It's quite flat on the bottom where I've just cut it, but it's got a nice little bit of a groove here, which I used the last time, just for putting on to do stakes and chop spikes and things. I've still got this big bit down here, still got that to chop up, but I've got all this here. I'm just busy cutting the last bits of that bit, but I can start to feel the trickle of rain coming through the woods now, like. I can hear it on the canopy as well, so I need to start thinking about getting all that wood under protection now. And yeah, because I think the heavens are about to open up. It said 12 o'clock-ish on the news this morning, and it's hit 1 o'clock now. So I'm not doing too bad for timing. So I've got about another 4 hours, 5 hours before it gets dark in here. Normally gets dark in here about an hour before sunset. So, because obviously it's a kind of thick canopy in here. So, right, next thing I need to do then is start getting all this. As you can see, I've got a nice piles of really little tiny thin sticks. Another big pile of from like finger to a really fat thumb type, and then some chunkier bits there. And then obviously I'm going to cut this big bit up. Probably got more than enough wood there now in any weight, and then I'll cut that other long piece up. Them 3 bits, I'm just going to use them to mark out the fire area, so I don't go outside my fire boundary. And yeah, that's it. I was going to make a wind block, but I don't think I'm going to need it, to be quite honest. So, and anyway, like I say, it's getting near to 1 o'clock, and yeah, it's been quite busy with helicopters going past, and somebody must be having a party or something in the background there, because all I can hear in the background is music. So I'm just hoping and praying that the music doesn't go on all night. Right, well, as you can hear, the heavens are opening up, like. So, and I've just had a visit from one of the lads who lives up on the farm up the top, like. He was walking his little dogs all the way around the border, and he heard all the banging where he's chopping wood and that, like. So come and investigate it, but you know, that's who I am, so it's happy days, like. So if you're watching, mate, tell how hope we didn't get too wet while I'm back up there. but it looks canny grey and canny crap outside of the woods like. But luckily enough, I've got my wood all covered now. Just excuse that camera because I've got the tripod legs out. I've got my little tarp on top of there, just keeping that as dry as possible. And then obviously I've hid as much of the thicker stuff as I can under here. But obviously I need a little bit of room to play with myself and to sit under. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to get myself my chair out, sort my kit out, get inside of there for a little bit, just tidy it up, and hopefully we don't have any leaks inside this shelter tonight, because I've never used it for about a year now and I've never proofed it since having it. Fingers crossed. I've got a bivvy bag with us and anyway to go over my sleeping bag, so I should be okay. I think I've definitely got enough wood now, so I'm just going to chill out now underneath the tarp. There's no point in getting absolutely drenched. I need to get me waterproof bottoms off the line because I had them out there for drying. But yeah, let's get these before these get absolutely drenched. They were nice and dry, they're soaking wet now, but they're waterproofs. But aye, that's coming down heavy now like. But I've got a really good canopy up above us as well like, so if I was out in the open it would be a hell of a lot worse like. And looking at the edges of the woods, it looks like the wind's starting to pick up a bit as well. But anyway, let's get myself a drink of water and get myself sorted. I think I might have some dinner as well. I've got some noodles and pilchards, so I'll just cook them on the gas fire. I'm not going to have a fire just yet, like it's far too early. It's only 1:30 in the afternoon and I'm just about done like. So that's happy days like, happy days indeed. Oh, I went and got a few bits of kit sent out. So one of them is a little small necker and it's got let's tie this light on. Sorry about my hands there. Yeah, I got sent this out, the little cord. I think it's the survival cord as well. I'm not really sure. I'll have to have a read up on the bit of material. It's got a little striker. The little striker's got like a little bottle opener on. It's got like a little bit of a blade, more like a screwdriver I think like. And then it's got like a 90-degree angle on the edge there. And we've got this tiny little ferrocerium rod. And I'll tell you what, like, just get the cordage, put it underneath. Make sure I'm holding it the right way. It fires up a canny few sparks like, so I'll be testing that out tonight. I think it's, I'll put it up on the screen, but I think it's Forest Fundamentals or something like that it is. Got in contact with his beginning of the year, told us that I had some products coming out, and April, like about May, April time, then June they sent us a message saying something, apologise about the delay in the production of kit getting sent out. And then I got a message about a week ago saying that it was in the post and was on its way. I got this, I got another couple of ferrocerium rods, different types with different bits on them, and the forage bag that you're seeing this morning, this here, which is really nice. It's like a waxed canvas bag. Got a bit of cordage on, got a little deep shackle on, and then it's got a few different options for hanging it onto your belt like. It's really nice, and that's got me silver birch in it that I collected this morning. But anyway, I'll show you some more bits of this stuff later on, as the rain's getting heavier, and I'm just hoping I've got this high enough, because it looks like it's sagging right down at the bottom. So I might have to go out and try and tighten the pole so it pulls it up a bit more like, because it should be up about there really. And if it struggles, then I'll just have to go out in the lane and get it fixed properly. Anyway, stop waffling, I'll catch you later. Hey, well, that rain is getting even worse now. It's absolutely pouring it down. But yeah, the music I heard earlier on, I know where it is. Falcon Rugby Club. It's just down the road, like, and they're hosting the World Cup, Rugby World Cup games at the minute. So I think that's where it is, like. Now you go, just on cue, there's another plane taking off. That's the only thing about here compared to Harwood. You get a lot of background noise. It's just something you have to deal with. But it's torrential, like. I was nearly going to come with me 4x4 tarp, like, and yeah, I think I would have had a lot more coverage. But this is holding up quite well. I've just had to go and put a stick at the back, I'll show you later on, just to lift it up a bit at the back, and that seems to be working a treat, like. It's took a bit of the sag out of the roof as well. This was like sagging down a bit. Right, well, hi everybody. As you can see, it's starting to get a little bit dark in the woods now. It's nearly 4 o'clock. There's been absolutely loads and loads of noise coming from over there. You can probably still hear them now. But I'm hoping the rugby match is finished and they'll all bugger off home and go and watch bloody telly. No, people have got to come out and enjoy their sports and that, haven't they? But anyway, I've decided, I've got all set up. I've been sitting doing feather sticks and prepping wood and things off camera. I think I might have done them on camera actually, I'm not really 100% sure. But anyway, I've got a nice chair there to sit on, relax with. And then inside of here, this little bit of mat will go on my chair for us to sit on, stop me bum getting cold. But all I've got on the top is the Snug Pack Special Forces bivvy. And what I like about this is it's got a nice zip on the top there. You just zip it down and then climb in. And inside of here, I've got my OEX Leviathan 400 sleeping bag, sorry. And then I've got my Trekology pillow with my Firmarest cover. And then underneath there, I've got my Firmarest air mat. I can't remember which one it is. I'm still trying to get my other one fixed. And that's it really. So I've sort of like put some stuff away over this side, and just to keep them all dry and keep the moist off them, I've got all my fella sticks in little dry sacks, and everything just piled up there really. So I've got my drink and everything in there as well. I'm not going to have a drink just yet though. My grill and everything for the fire. Actually my food's over there as well. So that's about it really. That's all that's happening at the moment. I'm just hoping this rain dies off. I think it said on the news about 5 o'clock that it would stop, like, so fingers crossed, and get a few more little things done. I'm just enjoying having a little bit of time out, chilling out in the woods and all, sitting relaxing, doing little things. I brought some cordage with us as well. I want to try and make a few things with cordage. If I get them done properly, I'll show you them, but I won't be videoing it, like, because it takes a lot of time, and I can't remember how to do all the different ways of doing things, so I have to keep on looking at my phone and doing them off watching a YouTube video. So just something I'm interested in doing. All right, and yeah, nice to chill out. I think another hour and I think I might put the fire on, like, but it's been a very dull, wet, damp day today, but as you can see, it is starting to get a little bit dark and gloomy in here now. So all my wood on there, all the top layers all knackered, like, all wet, but it's just the top bits, and then obviously these bits all down here are all nice and dry, and then all them should be bone dry under there, fingers crossed. Oh, look at that, man, bone dry under there. That's happy days. Like, I'm glad I've got that magic carpet. The magic carpet comes in handy for all sorts for me. Like, I do it for kneeling on, prepping stuff on, carrying wood on, covering things, putting up at a side to make a side curtain when you've got your tarp up. All sorts of things it comes in handy for. It's a great little bit of kit. It's got that many holes in it now, like, I think I might have to buy another one. But I think I might give it another year, see if I can get another year out of it, like, because I'm a tightwad. Well, I am, but I'm not. But anyway, tea smells like it's starting to burn at the bottom of the pan, so I'm going to go and get some food, and I'll see you in a bit. Aye, so, food. So I like about this, the Soto cook set. Alright, it's great. You got a big pot, then you got a small pot, and then a cup. The cup comes in 2 bits. It has an inner and outer. It's got a plastic rim on it, and then what this does, it makes it with thermos stacked. It's got like an extra layer. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it out, like, because the inner gets really warm. So you can see there, that'll be that's scorching that, but this stays nice and clean and nice and cool. But you can also use this, so if you're cooking something in the big pot, you could then use this to boil your water to make your brew, and then just pour the water into there and then pick that up and put it into there. But yeah, nice cup of tea there. And then a meal that Rooney hates, pilchards and what do you call it, noodles, but I like it. Oh, it's lovely. It's got lovely taste to it, you know. It's just you got to watch it. You got to keep stirring it all the time, like when it's on the gas stove. I had it on like a simmer. It's got slightly stuck to the bottom, but I'm sure it'll clean off all right, like. But anyway, I'm going to sit, relax, enjoy this. I'll tell you what, I've never listened to any music all day, so I think I might get my radio and see if my radio is going to pick up a signal in here. And I'm going to chill out for an hour or so, probably 2 hours, without doing any recording, and just do some things that I want to do off camera. I got sent some more ferro rods from Forest Fundamentals. So this one here is a Bobby Dazzler, like. It's got a bit of rope on it. It's got a striker, and it's got the ferro rod in here on this metal, like it's like a bit like off a pistol. That's what it reminds me of. And anyway, I've had a little practice with it before, and it works a treat, like. So all you do is you just fluff up the bit of rope. All right, get your striker, hold the rope up next to the edge of the striker, next to the edge of the ferro rod. Pull it down a little bit, it's a bit too high up. That's it, that's caught light. So just push that through a little bit more. Get me feather stick. That's it. Put that out, put it down there, and get the rest of me feather sticks. That was much easier, a lot less hassle. And hopefully this all takes. Get some of me little sprinkles, put them on a swell, get the rest on. Lovely jubbly. There we're gone. Hopefully you can see that. There you go. So that's the fire going. Just going to put my ferro rod to the back of his so I don't lose it. Get all my little bits and pieces on. And get some of these on there. So there you go. One happy fire, and that'll build down a swell. And I'll keep building some more bits and pieces on it, but other than that, happy days. Right, well, that's a fire going. Some of the woods went and got soaking, like the bits on the right hand side of us, but I've been laying a couple of bits on either side of the fire just to get them to dry out a bit. But it's time for a Jack Daniels, like, because it's now 5 to 7. That's half an hour past just like that. So next thing I know, it's going to be 8 o'clock. It'll be time to cook some food. So I'm just going to have this in my big Soto pot. I've only brought 2 of these out with us because I'm out by myself and I don't want to get drunk in anyway. I just want to sit, relax and enjoy the night. And yeah. Oh, I can smell that Jack D's and it smells delicious. So, cheers everybody. I hope you are enjoying the video so far. If you are, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, if you're new, hit that subscribe button. I'm sure I'll have more content coming out. That's you'll enjoy. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Bottoms up, everybody. Oh, that's proper amber nectar, that, like. Aye, so earlier I had some noodles and some pilchards, and that's like got me belly nice and settled. I was getting quite hungry actually, but I just didn't have enough time to get the fire on and make food. I like to eat later on in the night time and anyway before I go to bed. So I find eating a good meal just about an hour or 2 before you go to bed, or 3 hours before you go to bed, it helps your body stay warm through the night. Now I'm going to be warm enough in anyway because it's quite a mild night. Even though I'm sitting here, I've got my neck scar. It's just the attire that I get ready for the night time, chilling out. I've put my little green top on. I've never had on for a while. I've got my softy jacket in case I need it, but I doubt I will, like. And yeah, I've got a couple of nice piles of wood. As long as I keep the flames going, I'm sure the heat, I've got a nice bed of embers underneath there already as well, like. I'll just turn you around and let you have a look. I just have to put this light on. So as you can see, the fire's going there really well, and at the bottom there's a nice bed of embers already. But this is what the difference is from camping in a pine wood to camping in a wood that's got like oak and beech and bits and pieces. You know what I mean? The embers stay there really well. Now the big log that I cut down, I cut some bits off. There's one of the bits on the top there, and I've noticed there's a lot of moisture coming out of it, so it mustn't have been dry enough, hence why it's got little green shoots on. But the tree was down, so what I'll do is I'll just leave that tree there now, leave it. I'll not bother cutting that up, which is this one here I'm on about. Alright, it felt nice and dry when I cut it. but obviously it must have a little bit of life in it, and that's it. Like, so I've got all these bits here. I've got this big massive root system here, and that's nice and dry inside, but it's soaking on the outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stand it up here, and the heat off the fire will dry that out. Right, well, our time is 25 past 8, so it's time to start getting my tatties on. And this fire, flipping hell, the heat is unbelievable. Like, I've been trying loads of little bits on just to get the flames up again. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, like, but anyway, I've brought out my nice new grill and bits and pieces. So we're going to put that on. I've got a cloth there I always keep in there. I use that to wipe it all down and everything, and then I wrap it so it keeps the bag a little bit better as well. So if you're new to the channel, you haven't seen this before, this is a new purchase I went and got from the metal worker. I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested. I've got no comebacks of it at all, but yeah, oh my god, the heat. Anyway, so stick the rod in, just make sure it's going to be close enough. Probably need a bit closer, not much closer like, but yeah, I'm going to put the grill bit on first. Oh, hey, need some gloves on. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lower that down so it gets it nice and warm, ready for putting the steak on later. Now I can tell straight away that this is not in straight, so I'm going to have to take it off again. Oh yeah, bugger, I tell you, it is bloody scorching, this fire. Them coals are amazing. Right, what I need to do is I need to push it into the ground. I think that should do it actually, because I don't want the grill too close to the ground. Where's my other bit? And it's got a spike on it as well. A hook, and that's just to put the pots on. I'll put that there for now. So I've got my Pathfinder set. Now it is, I am absolutely sweating next to this. Yeah, that's clean. And then in this pocket, I've got some potatoes. These are extra special new English potatoes. So I'm not going to even cut them in half. I think I might. I'm just going to do about half of them. Put them in actually. Leave them as they are, nice and whole. So it can stay on the fire for quite a while actually. About another half an hour before I want to put my steak on. I'm just going to fill that up with water. There's plenty in there. And then I've got this little fish splice. What I do is find the holes, put that on. That heat is unbelievable. And in this pocket I've got the lid. I never fasten the lid right down, okay, I just place it on the top, because if you push it down sometimes it gets stuck and you kind of get it off like. So yeah, and then all you do is just put your pot on and then adjust it to the height that you need it without burning your fingers. The heat is just unbelievable. I'll show you the fire in a second. I'm just going to get off my knees, come round, and yeah, the fire is working a treat. Like, them embers down there are so hot, it's unbelievable. I feel like I need to take my jacket and that off now. But there you go, that's the potatoes on. Sorry, just trying to get a bit of light on so you can see the actual grill and that. But come around this side actually, because I'm blinding these with the light. But there you go, there's the grill. Grill's heating up nicely. The water will start boiling quite soon, I think, in that little pot. And as you can see, the fire's that warm. The bit of log I stood up is actually scorched, so that'll be nice and dry that now. So I'll just leave that there, let it continue burning a bit, and then when I'm finished cooking, that'll go on the fire. Right, well, hi everybody. Well, my potatoes are done. It's nearly 9:30 at night. Like, I've just been proper loving the chilling out. Like, the the heat of this fire is still amazing. I've been adding little bits of wood just to keep it going, but the bed of coals on there is absolutely fantastic now, like. So hopefully we'll get a nice little sizzle when we put this up onto the grill. This is the first time using this for what I wanted it for, and it fits a steak on there lovely. I'm devastated. There just wasn't no sizzle whatsoever. But anyway, there wasn't a sizzle off there. It's been on the grill has been on there for ages, and so it's nice and warm, the grill. The potatoes are done. I've got some asparagus. I'm going to do some of them on the frying pan like so. They've got loads of oil in. I actually want to... Oh, there's a... Oh, listen to that. There's a sizzle. I can hear a sizzle. Great. I've put a little bit of oil on these bits, and I'm going to put these on there and see how them go. But they fit in there perfect, like. But you can hear a nice little sizzle coming from the frying pan. Now, I've only cooked these once before, but what I've done is I've cut half of them in half, and I've put half on here. I want to see what they're like doing them two different ways. And also what I've done with the steak is, off camera, I put a little bit of oil on it, put some seasoning on, rubbed it in, turned it over, and done the same thing again. And I've just let it stand there for about half an hour now, just to get the seasoning on. But yeah, oh, I kind of hold my hand over that fire above the steak for too long, so that's definitely enough heat. I don't need any more wood on there whatsoever. So fingers crossed we'll get this going. As you can hear, there's a lot of heat coming off this pan. All right, a lot of heat, like. So when I touch them handles, they're nice and cool actually. Happy days. I just need to move some stuff around a little bit. I need to get that log, that's the thinner log that's on the actual fire, that's just broken half, like. I need to get that a little bit closer. That's it. Happy days. Because the heat's so intense, I'm just going to have to sit here and fry these off, and then we'll see what they're like. So once they're done, what I'll do is I'll add a little bit of salt onto them. Put some salt into me potatoes as well. I think I might do that now actually. They're lush and soft, so I'm happy with that, like. There's tea on the go, or should we say supper. So I've got some potatoes in there, nicely boiled. I'm just going to leave them in the water for now. I'm going to put a ton of salt in it, and they should be hunky dunky dory. Just give these another little bit of a move. Get them nicely fried off. Something different. Well, it's not for when I come out. Like, this is why I love cooking steak and that. So I've got another 3 minutes left before I take that off. What I'll do is, right, what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to bore you with all the cooking. I'll just get it cooked, I'll get it plated up, and I'll bring this back. Right, it's time to plate up. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to swing the steak over this way, so it makes it a lot easier for me to get off. That's one of the things I love about this grill setup. It is absolutely fantastic. Like, I just hide that hook off the fire as well. That bed of coals was absolutely fantastic. It cooked really well. But now is the time to get the steak off, and the steak looks amazing. It looks well cooked, that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put that on there. I should let it rest really. So basically what I've got is, I've got the asparagus, I can't say it properly without saying that like that. The ones I fried are on my right hand side, okay, and then the ones I've done on the grill are obviously the longer ones, and I'm just going to put them on the top of there for now. And then I've got some potatoes. I've took all the water out. Well, I hope I have. because I don't want to pour it on me. There's a tiny little drop. I'm just going to pour some on there until I've got enough. I've got about five or six potatoes in there. I love to eat potatoes on that one anyway, so I'll just leave them there for now next to the fire, and that'll keep them nice and warm. But there you go. Right, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's my tea for the night. Before I get started though, I've got a proper sweat on already, and I just know I'm going to get another one. So I'm going to take this top off. It's a bloody lovely night tonight, like. I tell you, it's so mild in that fire. When you sit next to that fire with the coals, it's absolutely amazing. But anyway, before I put any salt and everything on, I'm going to have a little taste of everything. Alright, so obviously a potato is a potato. That's the one I just cut up to make sure it was done. But I absolutely love English potatoes with or without salt, and I could easily boil a big massive bag of them and just sit there and eat them all night. Absolutely fantastic. Now I've got a bit of asparagus, I can't even say it properly without saying it like that. This is the bit that I fried. It's nice and soft, but you can definitely taste the grease in it. So it's obviously soaked up all the oils. And this is the ones that I've done on the grill itself. So are you supposed to eat the top bits? A bit crunchy them. But yeah, I think grilling them's a lot nicer. They taste a lot nicer. But let's go for the main part. Now I'm going to cut this. I should have had my little steak knife out, like, but I've not had a steak for that long. I forgot to pack it. I think I might have overdone it. It feels a little bit tough, but let's see what the colouring's like inside. Just get through the little fatty bit on the side there. So let's have a look. Oh, look at that. I don't know if the light's gonna affect it, like, but it's dripping with juice. It's got a nice red texture all the way through it. I think it's actually done perfect, to be honest. It's just I've got a butter knife, not a steak knife. So let's have a taste. Oh my god. Oh. That is so lovely and tender. The juices, when you bite into it, I think it would have, if I had let it season a little, for settle for a little bit more, stand for a bit more, I think it would have tasted even better. Because if you let it cook a steak and then leave it for about 5 minutes to let it settle and cool down and all that, all the juices get into the meat, and it makes it nice and soft and tender, and just crumbles away in your mouth. But that is bloody lovely. Bit of the fat there. Oh, got a nice little bit of a crunch to that. Absolutely lovely. Right, well, I think that's a win-win situation. Oh, I've just moved my camera the wrong way. Right, well, I'm going to sit and enjoy this with a nice couple of tunes, having a drink of Jack Daniels and Coke. So once again, cheers everybody. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy this meal. And then for supper tonight, I've got a few extra potatoes. What I'm going to do actually is add a bit of salt on. Oh, I love Jack Daniels. I wish I had brought a third one now, like. But I've got a little tub here. I've got some pepper there as well, but I'm not sure if I'm going to put the pepper on. And I'm just going to sprinkle some of this on. Let's move my fork out of the way. I like a nice bit of salt on me tatties and that, like. Oh, nice big moth coming into the camp there. It's the light, you know, they're drawn to the light. And I'm going to put some wood on the fire, get that cracking up again. It'll not take long because the coals are really good. And I'm waffling. I'll see you later on when it's time for hot chocolate time. Boosh. Rooney, you're being missed, mate. But but you're missing out on a nice steak. Maybe I should cook a steak for Rooney one day, because he does all the cooking for me, but having a bit of salt in these. Go away, moth, go away. If it lands in my mouth, like, I'll just chew it. See you later. Right next to us. Right, well, good morning everybody. Well, it's about 7:15 in the morning, and yeah, bit of a hitty missy for sleeping last night. I woke up about 2 o'clock this morning on my chair. I was so comfy last night. I really enjoyed me Baileys and hot chocolate, and I just stoked the fire right up, and I just sat there and chilled out in front of it, listened to some tunes, and obviously I fell asleep. It was quite late the last time I spoke, yes, I believe. I think so, in any rate. But yeah, I woke up 2 o'clock this morning. I wasn't cold or anything, sitting there. It was a very mild night. So yeah, the shelter's held up really well. There's no damp or no leakage in it anywhere. I'll just move my chair out the way. Excuse the mess, but I tell you what, this is the messiest I've ever camped. Like, I've got crap everywhere. But that sleeping bag last night, I woke up about 4 o'clock this morning with the owls. The owls were right above us as well. Like, I'm positive I got some sounds on it. If I have, you would have seen heard a clip, because there would have been no picture, because it would have been pitch black. But yeah, I had to open the sleeping bag right up last night and hide office. I was absolutely sweating. But other than that, happy days. There we go, lucky. 2 nice egg banjos. And just the small wraps. I find the big wraps are just too big, like, for me. I prefer these tiny little ones. There's not much price difference in them either, to be quite honest, like, but oh, hey, cooked to perfection. Nice little runny egg, lovely jubbly. Well, the sun's coming out. It's quite nice day. Odd little downpour of rain there before, like, but oh, tea's perfect as well. Just the right amount of sugar and that. Happy days. Well, I'm going to enjoy these. I'm going to have another 2. Now I'm going to sort me kit out, because I've got crap everywhere. Like, I'll just put a tiny little bit more wood on the fire just to keep it going, just so I can cook the other 2 eggs. And I'm just going to sit and chillax now for for an hour, and obviously eat me breakfast, get myself washed, teeth done and things, and then get packed up. Right, hi everybody, it's been a little while since I last spoke to you. It's 10:30. I've just been packing away. I've got most of my kit in the Bergen over the side there. A small bit of water left just to drink and to do other bits with. The fire's had a lot of water put on it, and I've just like spread out all the ashes and everything, so I've just been letting that cool down naturally. I've got a couple of bits there to do, got some pegs to clean, poles to put away, and a jacket and things, and all my camera kit. And then I've put a little ridge line up here. This is the bottom of the White Hills shelter, and as you can see, it's quite dry. It's only been up here for about 5 minutes. There's a couple of little patches here where it's dirty, so I'm just going to give them a quick wipe down with a wet cloth and then let it dry naturally, and that's it. But other than that, like, it's not too bad because this is quite a muddy area, this. As you can see on here, look, a few little bits and pieces there, but other than that, it's really happy days. Like, it's bone dry, and obviously we haven't had any rain for the like halfway through the night. It stopped raining and everything's dried out. It's been quite a mild night out, actually, to be quite honest. Lot warmer than what it was the other week when I was out. But anyway, I'm going to end this video here. I'll hold a quick clip up showing you and leave no trace of the whole area. It'll look like it was when I came here. Alright, so thank you very much everybody for watching. It's really appreciated, and welcome to all new subscribers. I'll just move out of that sunshine, and yeah, thank you very much for joining the channel. We're getting closer and closer to the 5,050 mark, so once I get up to about that, I might think about doing my giveaway, so keep a lookout for that. And once again, thank you very much. Don't forget, like, comment and subscribe. It does help the channel by giving a thumbs up and putting comments on. And if you feel like you've got people that like things like this and watch a bit of banter and things, share my videos. That helps as well. Alright, thank you very much everybody. It's really appreciated, and I'll see you next time.